A lot of negative things have happened this year. Sort of erratic climate, a lot of rain earlier in the year here, especially. Um, and then there's the war in Ukraine, and I haven't really talked much about that. Been a few little tidbits in these video essays, vlogs, not a podcast. Podcast should be illegal. I said that, and there's no real good guys, is there? People have sort of deluded themselves about the Russians, some of them, a little bit, and it's just a fascist bum fight, isn't it? You've got two imperialist and capitalist sort of countries. Ukraine has been taken over by the US. Lots of funny business going on there with the FTX and God knows what. So the Americans have moved in there, and this has been a bit too much for Putin and co. And he's gone nuts and gone with a full invasion. Nearly 9 months this has been going on, and what's really disturbed me is just no talk of de-escalation or a ceasefire or stopping the war completely. It's just everyone's screaming for the war just to keep going. And even if you make some sort of statement that to try to stop the war, you're screamed at by these maniacs who want to start World War III. And it's very grim. These people, a lot of them sort of branch COVIDians, full on mask wearing, fully vaccinated morons, agitating for this. So and that makes sense because it's societal control, isn't it? They can increase their societal control through coronavirus and massive war. They don't really care, I don't think. Shows how scared they are of actually dying. They're prepared to blow the entire world up, but a respiratory virus is the end of the world. So, but if you even try to broach the subject, get screaming at Putinite or all sorts of things you're called, just for people that just want to stop the war or even have a ceasefire or de-escalate anything. There's just no talk of that. There's not even any semblance of just thing. It's just feed more weapons in, make more money for the reptilian monsters, and it's just incredible. There's no thing. They're just going to keep pushing until something actually happens. One of them, sadly, the Ukrainian rocket, I think it was, the Americans admitting a sort of self-defense missile went into a Polish guy's farm. He's on a tractor, I think, and hit him. Very sort of 6 feet under, like the intro to 6 feet under. That sort of thing, very existentialist, very sad and depressing. And one of these things is going to happen, and the whole thing's going to blow up, and there's just no talk of stopping it. In our thing, and the Russians are gone crazy. They want a thing. The media and that, Putin is out of his mind. He's gone even more nutty than he was before. His brain's probably been eaten away by some disease, by the looks of it. He looks like he's on his last legs. So he's probably got some syphilis or something eating his brain away. And there's you can't even broach the subject of stopping it. Everyone wants more war, more death, and more destruction. It's really sick. Live in a sick culture here in the West, the English. We're just out of our minds with bloodlust. Wild animals almost. So that's one thing I don't know. Carl Bayer was right. There's no sort of real good guys. It's just all thing. That's the whole planetary system. There's no one to save us. No one's going to help us. There's just maniacs on all sides. Carl's a bit of a Branch Covidian himself. He's sort of all in for that, so he doesn't even understand the forces at play, the global forces, the elite sort of war against us. Um, it's all one-sided, and real there's no real resistance, is there? I don't know. It's all very, 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 very grim. I don't know. What are we going to do this? I can't think of even anything that we can do about it. I cannot see a way out, and that's very depressing. I can't see any sort of escape. There's no escape route. There's no exit strategy. There's no off ramp to this. There's just going to be more and more sort of death and destruction until someone lobs a missile into the wrong direction into NATO territory, and then that's just non-stop. It's going to get worse. And a brain dead sort of person sitting in the White House, sort of lobotomized individual, groping individual. He's not doing anything. He's sitting there just with the drooling in the White House. Poor old Kamala probably doing everything. I think she's probably doing 90% of everything. While he sits there in his chair and drools, and that's a nightmare. It's a waking nightmare that we're living through. And it's just a very sick and diseased civilization. And you see Iran, that's just sort of Islam, isn't it? But they might get overthrown one day, hopefully. I don't know. It's just all. We're ruled by monsters. They're hideous sort of reptilian sort of creatures. Like in John Carpenter's They Live. Hideous monsters. And there's no good guys and no seeming way out of it.